Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me for another card making tutorial today, and we're actually going to revisit a stamp set from the annual catalogue today called Celebrate Sunflowers, and we're going to be using the coordinating sunflower dies. So this is a really fabulous set, also available as a bundle. And when you buy the two together, don't forget you do save 10% on the combined price. And really the seed for this was that I'm going to have a dabble in a little Facebook colour challenge, and these were the colours that were given to us. So we had garden green, crushed curry and early espresso, and it just said sunflowers to me, so that's what we're doing today. Okay, so we're going to do something similar to this, and I want to show you how to colour the sunflowers with watercolour pencils. Okay, so the prep I've got at the moment is that I'm using a white card base this time. That was garden green that I used there, and then I'm going to use garden green as a layer. So it's going to look a little different to the original because we're going to have this layer in place, and actually we can get some of that in place already. We can get this garden green layer down so that that's ready to go. So we'll just use some Stampin' Seal for that. So get some of that on the back there, and put that onto the card front. Just like so. And then that's ready to receive our topper when we have finished with it. Okay. Put the white layer to one side for a moment. So I have done some stamping ahead of time and a bit of die cutting actually, okay. So I've already die cut some of the leaves. So I was going to quickly show you a bit of this colouring. So the watercolour pencils do come in all three of those colours in the challenge. So I'm going to take the garden green pencil, and I'm going to run the colour straight down the stem there, and then just add a few stripes in here and there. Okay. Now my favourite method for blending out the watercolour pencils, this is regular cardstock from Stampin' Up actually, so this is not watercolour card, so I don't want to use a water brush that's too wet because it will pill the cardstock. But these blender pens just contain enough moisture to blend out the watercolour pencil without excessive pilling. And I've just gone out from the edge of the leaf and in, because the nib of this will pick up colour. So if you start from the centre and work out, you're just going to end up with a sort of dark green leaf without any of the shading. Okay, so that's as simple as that is. Okay, and then our sunflower then. So on the centre I'm just going to put a bit of pencil down. I'm not going to cover the whole lot, you don't need to, because the blender pen will spread out that colour. Okay, so I'm going to start here and drag that out, and it will fade out, and it will start coming into here, and we'll pick up more colour, and it will fade out as we go around. So we aren't getting a solid block of colour, we're just getting this sort of mottled effect. Okay, and then the petals, we're going to use the crushed curry pencil. So there are some petals that are sat kind of at the back, if you like, and we're going to go over those first. But we're going to put quite a lot of pencil on, so the more pencil you use, the more intense your colour is going to be. Okay, so these ones are sort of sitting in the back, that are going to be sort of in the shadows. I'm going to put a fair bit of pencil on. Okay, so we'll do that all the way around, and as I'm jiggling away doing this, my chair is squeaking, so if you can hear that funny noise in the background, that is what that is. Squeaking away. So there you can see I haven't coloured every single petal there at all. These little ones at the front are sort of new petals, if you like. I am going to add more colour to those because as they grow from the centre they are darker. And then the other ones, we're just going to put some colour here and there. Okay. Oh, that one's right behind, so there's like 2 petals there. So just using the artwork just to sort of guide where I'm going to put that sort of stripe of colour, if you like. There and there, a bit there, there. Maybe we'll do this one full, like so, like so. Okay. So we've got some intense petals in the background and we've got some less coloured ones in the foreground. Okay, so I found the best way to make sure I get some depth on these is to just blend out those lines on the dark petals first. So I'm just running over all of those all together just to blend and smooth out those lines with the pencil. Just like that. Okay, it just melts away. It doesn't this doesn't require any skill at all, and it just like I say, it just takes away those, you know, the sort of scratchy lines you get when you colour with pencil under normal, you know, in a normal colouring book or something. So do all of those like that. And you seem to keep going around this forever. It's quite a large image. Can you see how big it is? It must be about 3 inches wide. In fact, oh, I've got a new gadget. I've got a, well, I say it's a gadget. It's a left-handed ruler. I do think it's funny that should be the other way up though. That's really, really funny. Yeah, so 3 inches across that is. Okay. So it's a very large image. Okay, so now we've done the dark petals. What we don't want is for all the petals to look the same. So I'm just bringing in just this scrap of card, and you can sort of brush off any excess colour on this card. So instead of going straight for the colour, I'm going around the sides and then sort of coming across, and it will fade out a little bit. But what I don't want is the whole thing to start looking the same colour, so we're just going to work across some of these petals. So this has still got some colour on it, I haven't wiped it off, so it's going to be light, and then I'm going to go across to the pigment and it'll become darker. This one I'm going to start in the middle and go out to the left, but then come back to the right hand side. Okay, and just try and blend that out so we've got some light shades and some dark shades basically. And if you think your brush pen thing, the blender pen, is getting too much colour on it and it's all starting to look the same, just wipe it off on that scrap piece of card and that will bring it back to clean. So you can start again with the light colour. Okay, so that one's just come out a little darker. It's probably not so apparent for you watching from above there, but when you've got it in front of you, you'll be able to see very clearly the different tones. continue into this leaf. So that one's gone quite pale. Leaf, petal. So it takes a bit of time to do. But I really think it kind of, you do get a really nice effect. And I would say this was quicker than using blends to try and individually shade each petal as well. So that's that. So what do you think of that then? Is that okay? Hope that was, I explained that well enough. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a bit of die cutting. So we've got 2 of these sunflowers and 2 of these leaves to do. So we are going to have 2 runs through the machine. Okay, so let's put the leaf in place over here. They're really easy to line up. Just you line up the point and then the stalk, and then that'll be fine. Let's put that in place. And of course there's no drying time with these. So my top tip for lining up this die is looking out for this sort of sideways petal there, and I think that goes right there. Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh no, it doesn't. I thought it did. Sideways petal. Looks like it should go there. Am I being a wally? Yeah, being a wally. Yeah, just needed twizzling around slightly. And with this, because it's so large, I'm actually going to get 2 pieces of tape and secure it on the other side as well, because it'll sort of pivot on that other piece of tape. Okay, so that's well secured. We're going to run it through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Totally love this machine. All the instructions are printed on the plate, so you don't have to remember. But for die cutting, it is easy because it's plates 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so I'm just going to peel that back very gently. Peel this back very gently. And we've got some leaves. I've already got some die cut here as well. I did 5. Odd numbers and everything. May not end up using them all. So again, I'm just going to replace that die onto that leaf. And then we can get this out as well. Like so. Just stuck to the washi tape. There we go, beautiful. So again, we'll just move this around, looking for that sideways petal. There it is. Stick that and stick that. And once more through the machine. So, do you know what? I'm going to just quickly grab I was going to see whether this sunflower die is actually too wide for the mini cut and emboss. Because it's 3 inches, it might just fit. I just wanted to see if I can just grab a plate and see, but I can't get to them easily right now. Where did I put them? Put them down somewhere. I don't know where they are. I can see them on my mini machine, but where are my plates? I don't know. Okay. I'm just replacing the dies onto the carrier sheet, because if I don't do it straight away, I'll end up putting them somewhere and losing them. And there we are. Die cutting is done. Okay, so we'll keep all those intact for now, but what I am going to do is bring in the trimmer and just slice these randomly. They're going to be somewhere there, somewhere there, and this one a bit more central, and there, because they're going to sort of hang over the edge of the cards. So I didn't measure any of that, we're just going with it. Okay, I'm going to take this layer, which I didn't give you the measurements for. This actually measures 3 3/4 by 5.5. And what we're going to do is line these up against the edge of the card. And some of them are going to be raised and some of them aren't. So I think those look nice. Like that. I'm going to put this one overhanging here. So I want some nice interest in the way we're going to lay these out. And then something like that. Okay, so we've got something interesting. Maybe those would be better the other way around. Maybe that one a bit further up. So you can mess about with your layout here. The idea was to try and get all of this left hand side covered up, all like that. There we go. That's what I think we're going for. Like so. Okay, so we're just going to move those to one side and we're going to put these on flat. So we'll just use our Stampin' Seal for that. I'm going to have this as far as over as I can, but lined up with the bottom. And that one was about there, wasn't it? Something like that. And then these other bits we're going to have on dimensionals. So we're going to use the large dimensionals there. To add those on. Yeah, we're going to use the whole of this. Not really. So I'm going to bring it in. So I don't want it too close to the edge there, about there. Like so. Take off all those backings. So what I should have done was just check that that didn't overhang too much with the dimensionals, but I think we're going to be alright. So just, again, just lining up with that left hand side, yep. And we'll put this one in, oops, it's upside down. About there. Just want to lift that up so I can see it because it's all the way over there and I don't want to get my head underneath the camera. There we are. Okay, so these little overhangy bits we can just chop off. Do that from the back or the front, whichever you prefer. I just find it awkward as a left-hander to do it from the back, but it doesn't always give you the neatest finish, unfortunately. Yeah. So if you're right-handed, you'll find it easier to do that, because you'll be holding your scissors this way, and the blades the right way around. They're not the right way around. For me, unless I do it that way. Oh, I still can't get close enough, you see. It's really awkward. It's really awkward. Not the neatest finish on that bit, but you'll just have to forgive me on that bit. Okay, so that's cool. I think what we'll do is we'll add it to our panel now, and then we can do all the other little bits whilst it's on the card. So obviously it's going to be a little bit more tricky to get the adhesive on, but just bear with it, you'll be fine. We'll run over those, no problem. Just going to put a little bit extra down the sides just to make sure they stick. Now, how big's my border going to be? If ever you've done this, see, I've flipped it over so it doesn't stick down. Just wanted to eyeball my border and just remember how big that was going to be, because I knew it wasn't the usual size. Oh, that's come too high, that side. Okay, that's not the straightest in the world, it's too far over, but we'll carry on. And then we want to tuck in these leaves in places, so again just using some seal just to add a bit of adhesive on the backs of these so that we can slot them in place. Okay, so this is where having those dimensionals away from the edge is helpful, because we can then slot those in underneath where we want them to go. They can go underneath here and there. Okay, I think that might do. I feel like I really want one down here, but it kind of goes, it's awkward to position without doing anything else. So we'll leave it at that. And then all we need to do is add our sentiment, which I'm going to do using a scrap piece of cardstock and some garden green ink. The sentiment is from the same set, from the what do you call it, Celebrate Sunflowers set. So we're going to pop that on there, and we're going to punch it out with the double oval punch, which is wonderful. And that's scalloped, well, it's not scalloped, it's sort of wavy edge, a decal edge maybe. Just gives that a little bit of interest. It's nice and quick and easy. Of course, there's like all the dies that you could use as well if you wanted to do that, or any of the other label punches if you don't have the double oval. Lots and lots of choices when it comes to those. And just trying to work out where's best to put this, because I did have it kind of down here on the original, but I don't like it down there on this one. I think we're just going to go for this open space here and hope that it's straight. There we are. That's it. Fantastic. Okay, so it looks a little different from the original sample because we have the extra layering, albeit wonky. But yeah, I think that's really, really cute. Love it. Nice sunshiny card to give to somebody, especially at the moment. Of course, please do click below in the description. There'll be links to all the products I've used today in there. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks ever so much. Continue to stay safe, won't you, everybody? And I shall see you all very soon. Bye.